Many years ago when I first started playing, I was playing an organ, 2 keyboards and bass pedals. And the beauty of an organ as opposed to a keyboard was that an organ, you could just sit and play freely. Because you could play your right hand, you could play your left hand, you could play your bass pedals. You didn't have to tie yourself into a rhythm unit. Well, we all know that arranger keyboards are very much out of the box style driven. But there are times when maybe we'd just like to play something without the style. Or maybe think about doing a little ad lib intro and then introduce the style. Well, we can do that. I've chosen organ foxtrot and I've gone for the organ setting there. The only thing I've just noticed, by default, the lower organ voice is not on, although the split's on. So I've got nothing down here. So I'm going to switch the lower voice on. So again, I could either do it from the button there or by just tapping the image there. I've got drawbars. It really doesn't matter just for the demo here whether it's the right drawbar setting. It's just the principle. So now I can play a chord down here, and I've got my right hand. That's okay, but there's a key element missing, and that is the bass. We have no bass, because unless we trigger the style, then it will get the auto bass. But there is a way we can introduce the bass. So we need to go to settings, and we need to go to preferences. And under the style tab here, there is a little tick box that says bass and lower backing. Let's switch that on. Let's exit back out. Now listen to what happens. Now, depending on the chord we play, it's giving us the bass note. You've got to make sure, obviously, you play the right chord to trigger the right bass note. So be careful with things like the old problem of A-7 being the same as C6. You might play your C6, but look in the screen, we're actually getting an A bass. So you'd have to play the C at the bottom. But that applies whether you're using the style or you're using this system here. So I'm getting closer to what I want, because now I can... Yeah, it's like I'm just sitting playing the organ now freely. I'm not tied into the rhythm. The only thing, for me personally now, I've got the wrong bass sound on, because it's chosen the bass voice based on the style that we've actually chosen. And in organ foxtrot, the default bass voice is an acoustic bass. I don't want that. I actually want an organ type bass. So how would we do it? We go into our good old friend the mixer, and I'm going to go to the expanded mixer just so that you can actually see it a bit clearer. I've gone to the style tab at the bottom here, and we're on the main tab so we can see. And there it is, acoustic bass 3. Well, no, I don't want that. So I'm going to press the image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the organ section here, and I'm going to choose drawbars. Now, if we look at our drawbar screen by just pressing the drawbar tab over here, I can see I've got 16, 5 1/3 and an 8 foot. I certainly wouldn't want the 5 1/3 on my bass voice, but yeah, a mixture of a 16 and an 8 bass would be nice. And that's exactly what we've got now. I've set it to the mellow tone. You might want to get rid of the leakage noises there and any key off noises. That's good. We've got a nice organ sound now. So we could now just sit and play. So just an easy way there to set that up. You could save that as a keyboard set library, and it will remember all those settings there for you. So it's just a great way of just being able to sit down and play something freely. I've used an organ sound. You could use any voices you want. You might just want to play a classical piece just using strings, but you need that bass sound. So maybe put a nice string sound or a cello on the bass. That would sound really, really nice. But that's how you do it. Make sure in the menu, the settings menu, you have bass and lower backing ticked.